Lifeforms, Chewy here, bringing you a short video about this helmet that I'm wearing. I finally did get a new helmet. I haven't really talked about it much. I've had it for a couple of months now, and I think it's bloody awesome. I'll give you a good look at it soon. Firstly, I'd like to preface this video by saying that my knowledge on this topic is like the gene pool. There is definitely a shallow end, and that's the end that I'm at when it comes to knowledge about helmets. Secondly, if your head is exactly the same size and shape as my head, you may find this video extremely informative and useful. Thirdly, if you are not in the market for a helmet, then there's no point watching any further than this. Now, if you are a humanoid life form that's around about the same size as me with the same sized head and head shape, and you are after a helmet that is extremely affordable, comfortable, practical, and doesn't look too bad, stick around and watch this video. I'm going to do the pros and cons while I'm riding through this very slow zone here. First and foremost, the smell. Oh, the smell of the helmet, putting on a new helmet. It smelled like new. Yeah, that's right. The new helmet smelled like new. You know that new car smell, that new motorbike glove smell, that new jacket smell? It had the new smell. I love the new smell. And the new smell of this helmet was fantastic. In fact, it still doesn't have too much tainting from my over-odorous breath. So it still smells quite good when I put it on my head. Comfort. This is an extremely comfortable helmet. There is nothing on this helmet that is uncomfortable. My only gripe with comfort would be that the chin strap may be a little bit far back for some people. And at first, when I first did it up, maybe the first 2 times, I felt a little bit of discomfort on the throat just because I wasn't used to it. With that said though, there is a nice little bit of padding there and it is quite comfortable. When it comes to comfort, I tried on a lot of helmets at the bike shop. I tried on cheap helmets, I tried on expensive helmets, I tried on helmets that I was used to wearing, like the Bell Qualifier. This particular helmet, this Rjays helmet, was far superior than any other helmet in its price range for someone with my head shape. It covers the back of my head all the way. The chin bar is just the right distance away from my I don't know what to describe my chin as. It's not particularly large, it's not small. I'm a large male of somewhere there's got to be some Viking blood. I'm 6'4" almost, 120 kilograms, which is what, 260 pounds or something ridiculous. I'm a big humanoid. Now this particular helmet fits my head to perfection. It is size extra large. The next closest helmet that I tried onto this was a Chewy helmet, and it was around about the $700 mark. This particular helmet is about 1/3 of the cost of that particular helmet. The second pro is the price. It was cheap, man. It was marked down because it had a little couple of little scuff marks, which I'll show you close-ups of right now. So the cost is another factor. And because it doesn't have any extra visors or anything like that, the weight of the helmet, much lighter than my previous helmet, much more comfortable. The next pro is the sound. There's a decent air cavity if you want to implant a center device or any equivalent sound or communication device. There's even pressure around my whole head. So the sound is actually really good. The wind noise, I think I've got a better recording sound with my microphone here. The sound is fantastic. Another positive of this helmet is the field of vision. It's got an ample field of vision. I feel like I could see everything just fine. Up, down, left, right. Everything's really good. The last pro I'd like to talk about is its looks. It looks great. It's got a carbon fiber finish. Whether it be real or not, I doubt that it's real. I'm not really that worried, actually. Which brings me to the next issue, is the safety standard. It satisfies all the ticks on the Australian safety standard. So why pay $1,000 for a helmet when you can pay $250 for a helmet that does all of the same things? To me, it doesn't make sense. Another pro is the ventilation. It seems adequate. I don't know that it's great yet, because I've only been riding around in winter, but I have the vents open and there's enough on my head to say that it's good. So have I sold you yet? Is it time to buy the helmet? No, it's not. There are some considerable drawbacks to this helmet. Cons. Alright, there is pretty much two main cons that I can think of with this helmet, or negatives, and they both have to do with the visor. The first thing with the visor that I don't like, it's obviously a cheap visor. There's a tiny little bit of distortion right in the middle of the visor. There's a tiny little patch where it just is not accurate, which I don't like at all. And on the distortion note, right around the edge of the visor, so if I look at the speedometer through the very bottom of the visor, it distorts the image, and I don't like that at all. However, I don't know if other helmets do that. I didn't pay attention to that when I was in the shop buying this helmet. It's not something that I noticed until I got on the bike and started riding. Now, the second thing I don't like about this helmet is how bloody difficult it is to get the visor up when it's fully closed and got that little pin lock. Here it is, snap, snap, she's shut. She's airtight, pretty good. The helmet's comfortable, it's airtight, the sound is great, it's good on a cold day. But to get the thing open while you're on the bike with winter gloves on, especially, is quite the challenge. And I have my GoPro mounted front and center. Here we go, I'm going to try and get it up. Oh God, that's an effort. And it makes a god-awful clunk and noise when you do it. So they are the only two negatives with this helmet. Actually, no, there is one more. I take that back, the third one. The third negative with this helmet has to do with its lack of bright colour. It's a very plain and neutral coloured helmet. It's black, grey and a little bit of silver. I think we need a little bit of fluoro colour just to make it stand out. Now, they probably have this model with colour, but not at the price that I paid for it. As you can hear, the sound on the microphone is quite good with the visor open at these speeds. Here's another big advantage of this helmet. All the lining on the inside comes out. You know, everything with Velcro and clips. So it's really good to wash. But when I pulled everything out, guess what I realised? This was a 2010 helmet, sold 10 years after manufacturing. That's not a good look for your business MCAS. I might, I don't even know if it's a safe helmet. Helmets are not meant to be more than 5 years old, as far as I knew. Or is it 5 years after you put it on your head? I think it's after 5 years after manufacturing. So, at least it's not as old as my other helmet that I had on. I'm still not going to do anything about that. Obviously, I'm going to wear it. It's a really good, comfortable helmet. It's an Rjays, whatever. The model number doesn't matter because it's so old and out of date anyway. So, you find yourself a bargain sometimes on a shelf, but you also get what you pay for. It's comfortable, it's light, sounds good. Let's hope it protects the noggin if I ever need it. Alright, remember what I said at the start of the video? My knowledge on this topic is very limited, so take everything I said with a pinch of salt. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know what the drill is. Until next time, be good to each other. Chewy out. Peace.